Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have shown you how to design and how to backend code for this form, that is student fees. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description, there I put the link for my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to design for this one, all student living. Here you can see this, when I click on this, nothing happens. So let's start with that. So I'm going to close this application. And after this, first thing what we have to do is we have to actually add one form inside this one. So right click on this, go to Solution Explorer, and on the project name you have to just right click and click on add. And here what we have to add is we have to add one form. So select the form, and now I'm going to name this one all student living. Okay, so here you have to set the name, so I'm going to set this one all student living, and click on add or press enter, whatever you feel like. Now new form is added. After this, what we have to do is, first thing, I'm going to remove the border from this one. So right click and go to properties, and let me maximize this one, this part. And after this, I want to remove the border. For that, you have to just select this form border style and click on this and select none. After this, what we have to do is we have to set the background color, and we have to set the size for this one. Okay, so for that I'm going to moving back actually on the project on which we are working. So let me do that. Move back over here, all student living, just click on this, copy the color code first, move back over here, right click and go to properties, and back color, just paste 151,48,103 and hit enter. And after this we need to copy the size, so click on this one, not this one. Okay, so I'm going to copy the font size actually. So font size is 875,512. So move back over here, right click, go to properties, and search for size. Here we go, hit enter. Here you can see this. Now this form is large as we need. After this we have to add few stuff. So first thing what I have to add is we have to actually add one label over here, one close button, and one data grid view inside this one. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to copy the close button from the previous one. So this one, either I can copy or simply add the stuff. So let me add that manually, not to worry. Guna 2 button, I'm using this. So if you're worried about that, from where I'm getting this Guna 2, so if you are new, then you must worry about this, and if you are a regular or on continuous basis you're watching my videos, then you must know from where this goes. Okay, so actually I have added one DLL file into the toolbox. I have provided the link for that DLL file in the description of this video, and one video how to add DLL file into toolbox is also, that link for that video is in the description. Okay, so just remove the text whatever written inside this one. I don't need these. What I have to do is I have to just add image inside this one. So search for image, search for that, click on this, select this, and image link is also in the description. If you have not downloaded it yet, then just download and start designing with me. Okay, so it's opening. Yeah, this one is actually different, some other project on which I'm working. So this is Hostel, right? Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to use this one, open, okay, and I'm going to change the background color. I'm going to select the background color from here, and I'm going to set that. Let me search for that, where this one is. Search for this one, fill color, change this one to like this, and here we go. Now this one is looking better. Now what we have to do is we have to just increase this image size. I'm going to set this one to 30,30, hit enter. Now this button is looking better as we wanted. Okay, so put this on the proper position. After this we have to add one label, so I'm going to add one label. Just drag and drop it over here. Change the color for this one, change the font color to white, custom, and select white. And after this change the text. So this one is actually the design name, so we don't need to change this one. Changing this will change nothing for the visual end. Okay, so change this one, text over here. Change this one to students in hostel. Hit enter. After this what we have to do is we have to set the font. So just click on this small dot, And after that, what we have to do is we have to just select the size and proper font. So I'm going to use Century Gothic, this one, and size is 22. Yeah, this one is better. Or you can decrease it as per your requirement. So it's 22 is quite large, so I'm going to change this one to 20. Yeah, this one is better. Put it on the proper position. After this, I'm going to use one data grid view to show the data. So I'm going to use this one. Just drag and drop it over here. Either you can use the default one, which is provided by the Microsoft, or you can use this Guna 2DLL file. So I'm going to use the second one. So like this, you have to paste like this and maximize this throughout the screen like this. Okay. So now this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to connect this with the dashboard. So what I have to do is I have to just move back over here in the dashboard, and we have to connect this with this button, that is all student living. So what we have to do is we have to just double click on this, and for that, clicking on that, what I have to do is I have to actually change the design name for this one. So click on this, and the design name is already not changed actually. So here we go. So this one is Guna 2 button, so I'm going to change this one to TXT, not TXT, BDN, all student living. Hit enter, and after this, what you have to do is we have to just double click on this to generate a click event for this one. And here what we have to do is we have to create an object for that, all student living, all student living, and AS, you can name ASL whatever you like. I'm going to name this one ASL new all student living like this. And next thing what we have to do is ASL dot show. We have to call one method over this. Now here we go. Now let me start this and let's see if this works or not. When I click on that button, this form pops up or not. So it's starting. It will take a little bit of time. Okay, so you have to wait for a few seconds, not more than that. So now it started. Just sign in, and when I click on this, yeah, the form opens but not on the proper position. So what I have to do is I have to just set a custom position where I have to open this form. So let me close this and do that. So I've stopped the project, and here what I have to do is just move back over here and just double click on the empty space, not on this data grid view. Just double click on this, and here we go. All student living load event is generated, and here we have to set the location where I want to open this. So this dot location is equal to new point, and I'm going to set this one 350, 170. For my PC, this location is perfectly fine. So let me start this once again and let me show you quickly. Okay, so this time it will not take that much time. Okay, so it's now started. Sign in, and when I click on this, here you can see this one is in the proper position. So next thing what I have to do is I have to just, you can adjust this a little bit on the right side by changing the coordinates, so that's not a big issue. So what I have to do now is I have to just fill the data inside this data grid view. When this loads, I want to show all the data of the students which are in hostel. Okay, so let me move back over here, and what we have to do is we have to code on this one. So just move back over the designing part of this form. So just double click on this, and here we go. So first thing what we have to do is we have to create an object for the function class. So function fn is equal to new function. Now object is created. I'm going to use this one throughout this form, and after this we need one variable so that we can write query. So variable name is query itself. After this, what I want is when this form load, I want to fetch the data from the database and show into this data grid view. So here we're going to write the query inside this load event. So query is equal to, and here what we have to write is select star from the table name. So my table name is new student. In previous video I've created this table, so if you have not watched my previous video, just watch all of those videos. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe and follow us on Instagram too. So where living is a column name, where living is equal to yes. It means that the students who are living in hostel, only those data needs to be fetched. Okay, so now query is ready. Next thing what we have to do is we have to call the method that is get data. So that get data method is going to return a data set object which is filled with the data. So I want to accept that, and that data needs to be stored somewhere. So it's a data set object, that's why we have to store that into a data set object. Okay, it's data set, right? Data set ds is equal to function fn. Here we have created the object fn dot get data, and inside this one we have to pass one string. Here you can see this, the string, and I'm going to pass this query. Now we have the data inside this data set. Now next thing what we have to do is we have to just show that data to the show the data into the data grid view. So the data grid view name is Guna2 data grid view, yeah, and dot data source is equal to ds dot tables, and we have to mention 0 inside this one. That's it. Now everything is ready. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. Started. Okay, sign in. Click on this, and it will take a little bit of time. If everything is working fine, then first it will make a database connection, and after that it will show the data. Here you can see this, two students are data visible over here. So ID, mobile, name, father name, mother name, email, address, college ID, proof room number, living status is yes. It means that this one is working fine. Now this close button is not working. So what we have to do is we have to make this one functional. So for that, just move back over here, just close that application project, move back over, just click on this, and first change the design name. So change this one to btn exit, and after just double click on this, and this will generate a click event, and here we have to write this dot close. That's it. And you have observed that when I hover over this, the color is literally a little bit actually changed. So what I have to do is I don't want to do that, so just click on this, search for hover state, click on this, and we have to just change, just add this fill color over here. And when you start this, let's see if this works or not. Started the project, sign in, all student living, and here you can see this, when I hover over this, nothing happens because I have filled the color, same color, this background color into this when I hover over this. Okay, so everything is working fine. That's it for this video, guys. In the next video I'm going to show you how to design for this and backend code for this leaved students. Okay, so stay tuned and subscribe and share this video. Thanks for watching.